Hi, this is a presentation I made using Book Creator, and it is it's a book about hypermedia and hypertext tools in case teachers would like to create their own online resources to use in the classroom. So it just gives some pros and cons of some different ones that teachers could use. So the first one is an Andriff, and this is where students create a little person of themselves, and it just allows them to express themselves, who they are as an individual. Their personality can really show through because they are able to give themselves little props, like maybe a paintbrush if they love to paint, a soccer ball if they're really sports oriented, and it's really easy to use. Some of the cons can be it could be very overwhelming for students. And not all the options on there are school appropriate. I think if you are using this for some of the younger grades, like kindergarten, first or second, students would definitely need some assistance. Maybe you all go through it step by step and do each step together and wait for them to add that part to their character. But for older grades, this is a great way to introduce themselves to each other using technology. Another one is Powtoon. So a lot of teachers like to create videos to introduce topics in their classroom, and Powtoons is a great way to do that. It really engages your students. It allows you to add music to it that really just helps solidify a piece, and it allows you to have images that move and enhance your work. Some of the cons it can take some time for teachers to understand how to do these. So if you don't have a lot of time, this can be a hard one. And you have to figure out the timing of all the images to make them work with your music. And like I said, for this one, I think it's great for all grade levels. I've made one before for my kindergartners, and they really seem to like it, like I said, because it's engaging. I try to make mine a quick, just overall what we're going to be doing for the day. Next one is Google Slides. So this is pretty similar to Powtoons. I feel like it's just not as advanced, and I feel like younger students might stay more engaged with the Powtoons, even older students, just because, like I said, in Google Slides, the pictures usually don't move as much, but it is nice because you can keep this in your drive. It's a quick way to create a presentation, and like I said, you can add some clip art to your work. A con, I said, it's not as engaging, and there's really no animation to it. Another one that I'm actually using right now is called Book Creator. This is something I really like to use. It's a way to create an interactive book, and it just, you can even allow your students to make these on different topics, allows them to really engage with their work. Some of the cons is it can be difficult when you are first using it, but once you get the hang of it, it gets a little easier. This is something that for the older grades, students could create their own as a way, especially in high school and middle school, to present their work. In the younger grades, I think it was something you might need to work through together as a group. Next one is called augmented reality. So this is really neat because this is one where it just allows students to experience things that they may never have seen before, and they really get to engage with their work. And at the end, you'll see some apps that I put that are great ways that can be used, especially in kindergarten, since that's my area of focus. Some cons can be it can be expensive to use this kind of technology in your classroom, and sometimes it can even overstimulate your students. Another one is using 360 videos in your classroom. So this is really neat because it allows students to see videos from all different angles, and it really allows a student to feel like they're experiencing what they are visualizing or what they are seeing. Another con, this one can also be overstimulating, and sometimes it can be more distracting than helpful, especially for younger students possibly. It can maybe even be scary if you're learning about something and all of a sudden something jumps out at them. So that might be a little scary for them. Google Earth is another great piece of technology that can be used in your classroom. It allows students to see, real life maps, those 3D landforms. Like I said, this can be hard to use for the younger grades, and when you zoom in, sometimes it can become a little fuzzy. So like I said, this is great for older grades. For younger grades, it might be something you do together. Another one is coding. And this is a great technology and resource to be using with students because it allows students to become more familiar with something they can build on as they go through school. There are a lot of apps available for younger students that allow this. Some of the cons, it can be costly unless you find free ones, and you need to make sure you have enough computers for all your class. So that's the end of it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.